Hey, welcome to episode 32 of the Ricky Henderson of podcast, the greatest of all podcasts, the G.O.A.P. With the OGs, Anson, Casanares, and Jorge Leon.
What
up,
up,
boys? Episode 32. And we're on YouTube now.
Is this the Brandon McCarthy episode or what's going on?
Yeah, Brand. I was thinking Jack Cuss. I was more of a Jack Cuss guy.
Okay, 0 for 5.
We're gonna swing for the fences on this one, dude.
Wait, this is show number 32?
Show 32, dude. We made it pretty far. You guys have been on like 4 of these, or it's pretty much like 25% of the episodes. You guys been on, or no?
I mean,
12% of the episodes.
Look at you dropping some math knowledge.
I'm like doing no, not 25%, but like 1 out of 8. How you guys doing? You guys are like the OGs.
We're good, man. How are you?
Dude, I'm all right. You know, just trying to bust out as much content as possible.
Dude, I love it, man. We need ace content around here, man. You don't hear anything.
I know, it's crazy. There's just not. It's only for the wrong reasons. It seems like, it's like it's for like the stadium, or like Dave Kaval sent out that tweet or something. But hey, what do you got?
There's been more A's podcasts lately, which is cool.
Dude, there's a shit ton of A's podcasts out there.
Yeah,
actually.
which
there's
is
a
good.
lot.
I remember when it was back in the 2010, 2011 season when I was on my little flip camera. That's a throwback. I used to like record games, and I was like the only one that was on YouTube. But now there's was Gamer Athletics. He was on your show too.
Yeah, he's on Texas tonight. He got an Elvis bobblehead.
Oh wow! Okay.
Isn't that hilarious? Like the Rangers got a A's player bobblehead before the A's did out this year.
That's why they lost. Okay. Cool.
Wait, so you're saying that another team is doing something better than the A's? No, I'm shocked.
My God.
Well, actually, if you check out RickyBlog.com, I wrote an article about it. So I did research. I was curious on how many other teams haven't done bobbleheads this year. It's only like 4 so 3 other teams. It's the Blue Jays, who are, going to Buffalo, whatever. The Yankees and the Cubs, who are kind of like probably too big time they have no promotions at all. Then there's the A's.
Need to do anything.
Yeah, then there's the A's, and then it just seems like and then Kaval's going out there saying they spent $200 million on the new stadium search, and I know they gutted their marketing department during the pandemic, so it's kind of like, dude, they're spending all their money on the stadium search, and they can't even market their own team. It's crazy, dude.
It's on brand is what it is.
But guess what?
That is the A's brand now.
But you know what pisses me off though is that then they blame the fans for their lack of effort.
For not coming out or whatever. Yeah. Dude, because I was thinking this whole Chapman Olsen team, I don't think Chapman and Olsen are in a single commercial. I don't think they've ever done a commercial, dude.
No one really knows who Matt Olsen is.
Dude, Chris Bassett is. Yeah, Chris Bassett's not in any commercials. People don't know what Chris Bassett really looks like. It's crazy. It's and they had some really those everything bagel commercials and all that stuff. That stuff was actually pretty hilarious. They had some really good commercials, and that they just, I think 2019 they just stopped making commercials, and then 2020 happened, and they got nothing this year. So,
but there's no excuse. They have a freaking Trident after games. Market that. You have Sean Manaea. Why aren't you marketing him or Chris Bassett? Yeah. No one really knows who Matt Olsen is. It's weird to say.
Yeah,
I don't know. Easily just pull one up on your iPhone, and it comes with eye camera thing, and you can just literally cut something there. I don't know.
Well, even I remember they used to have all these banners and stuff around the lake, those. I don't see anything around. I don't see anything around the town, no billboards.
No.
I was just in the city yesterday, and there's SF banners everywhere. I see those Resilient SF commercials. It's crazy, dude. And the A's wonder why they don't have that reach. It's because they don't. It takes effort, you can't just play ball and then expect fans to show up,
Well, I mean, it was a couple of years ago. I was getting excited because you go drive through Lake Merritt or go downtown Oakland, you would see you just said banners you drive down the street, but it feels like everything's just planned. Ever since that Dave Kaval tweet when he was in Vegas, it's so was this your plan all along? Just lead us along, and then it's just boom. I don't know. It's every time we talk, it's so frustrating talking about this.
Yeah. It seems so weird, man. It's just, you look across the bay and you see Joe Lacob having issues at the first site, and he's okay, well, I'm gonna build it further up. You know, you guys ain't gonna stop me, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna put money into this shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they made it happen in a tight window, like in a super tight window. They made that happen.
They have Howard Terminal, and the first obstacle they get, oh, we're going to Las Vegas now.
Well, that's the thing, is like they keep touting this 5-year timeline, but really it's like they've been working on this for what, like since like the
3 years.
Or not, it was like, because the whole Laney College fiasco, that was like the end of 2018, I think.
So let's not forget, we're in a pandemic.
Yeah, so basically it started like January of 2020 or 2019, you know, and it's like now it's like 2.5, or I can't remember if it was 2019 or 2020, but it might even be like only a year and a half long they've been doing this search, and like in the pandemic the whole time, you know, for the most part. So it's like, there's other things, like Alameda County's like, we got to pass the budget, you know, and we have to open up our counties, like, and we're stopping all this so we can talk about the stadium. So it's like,
and look, I'm not gonna sit here and not put a little blame on the city too. Like Libby, where the hell were you at this whole time? And finally sent a letter to the county saying, hey, you know, you guys want to join us in this?
Well, I think it's because they looked at the financials and they were like, ooh, like that.
No, I know, but but you should have done that immediately. You know what I mean? Immediately, as soon as I saw that, like, boom, let's get this thing rolling, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, that's weird, because it sounds like the A's are they're gonna revise that whole agreement, their whole proposal, and then the city of Oakland's only gonna have a maybe, you know, a week or two to review it, and it's like, I don't know, like, are they? It just seems like so rushed, you know? It's crazy, and it's like,
I agree.
And the A's are just making up all these. It seems like fake deadlines. It's just because I think Fisher's just growing impatient, is what it is, and he's tightening the screws on Kaval, and then Kaval has to go out and do all this stuff. That's what I think is happening. You know?
I don't think that.
Hold on. When do we found out that Dave Kaval has an ownership percentage in this?
Isn't
that weird?
Yeah.
Am I the only one that, like,
he probably bought like a $5, you know, just to say like, hey, I own $5, I own a stake in the team, you know.
But that was just out of nowhere.
Well, it's just his answer to the Fisher ownership question. I'm sure that's what he's been schooled up to say. You know, it's like, well, I am ownership.
Kaval probably went up to Fisher and was like, hey, give me a little bit percentage and we can stop the whole, like, let's keep asking John Fisher for something.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. So
I mean, it's funny because, like, I just slowly see that Fisher he doesn't care anymore. He's getting so, like you just said, he's getting so impatient. It's just like, okay, make something happen. Like, he doesn't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, because he probably bought the team in 2005 thinking,
that was a long time ago.
Like, cool, we're gonna get a new stadium soon, and that's like 16 years later. Yeah,
Shannon Stewart was on the team when John Fisher was an owner. So let's put this in perspective.
That's a name drop. That's a great.
Mark Kotsay was running a inside the park home run in the 2006 ALDS in Minnesota, and here we are still talking about this.
And Kotsay's the third base coach, looking grizzled.
Exactly.
Dude, did Kotsay look grizzled or what? That guy looks like hella grizzled.
Like a seasoned grizzly bear right now.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. Like, it's getting Mark old, Kotsay.
And
but it's just, I can see him getting impatient with this. Like, it just make something happen. It sucks that it's like Howard Terminal at bus, but
I mean that's what they're saying, and it's like I'm just kind of curious as to the logic behind why they say it's unviable. They just say, oh, our stadium lease is up, but like, dude, that's never been a problem. They've just keep extending that lease, and like, it's old. I mean, it's old, so I mean, but it's not unviable. Like, it's like, it's not attractive, but it's viable. You know, it's like, like,
I mean, I think the Coliseum, I mean, obviously it's viable to me too. Like it is. Like, you can build it there. But I think they would definitely need way more help financially in building the surrounding parts of it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care where they play as long as it's in Oakland, right?
Yeah, same.
But at the same time, it's like, but at the same time, it's like, how are you gonna have a pearl shiny new stadium in the Coliseum and have nothing around it?
Yeah,
that'd be weird.
Yeah,
I don't know. That'd be hella weird to me.
Yeah, and, I mean, if they want to develop that, put some crazy like, dude, bring back the idea of the Coliseum City thing that they floated. I mean, that'd be cool.
I have no problem with it, man. As long as they can find the money to make it happen. But
yeah,
but I feel like they're gonna need way more public funds to build at the Coliseum than what they're asking for at the Howard Terminal site. That's my opinion. I mean, you know, I am not as smart as other people out there, but it just seems that way. You know, you're asking way too much out there, and I think Howard Terminal, at least you'll have the surrounding things already with Jack London Square, and all they gotta do is just build like 2 hotels and a conference center, and boom, that's it.
Dude, I think, I mean, I really love the pitch. I think it's great. I think it would be awesome. And I really think it would revitalize that whole area. You know, at the risk of further gentrifying it. You know, hopefully they actually do care about low income housing and they committed to like 15% or something like that, but it's still 450 units, you know, of low income housing out of 3,000. And supposedly they can pay their way out of it too. They actually don't have to do it, you know,
which is weird. I thought it was a state requirement.
So that's I guess, like, since they're kind of lucky because they're not displacing anybody, because that's like the key that the woman kept saying. It was because right now it's a parking lot. It's a parking lot, so it's like they're not displacing any residents. So there actually is no guidelines for how like the minimum. So they said they consulted with the steering committee, and that's what they told them. So
interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it's like, but then there's a provision where I guess you can pay something called an impact fee, and you don't actually have to have the units. You can just pay your way out of it. So, and Kaval admitted, he's like, oh, we could do it either way. We'll see. So
yeah.
So I mean, it leaves the door open that there could be no low income housing at all, and you know,
which is I wouldn't agree with that. I would want low income housing. Like, I mean, look at the crisis that we're in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To like just neglect that, like, I don't know.
Yeah, especially right there, like you know, in West Oakland. So I mean,
especially West Oakland.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious. I forget the timeline. So when Kaval sent out that tweet, and you guys like stopped doing the protest, was that after Kaval sent the tweet, and then it was kind of your guys' response to the Kaval tweet? I can't remember. If you guys staged the. So a few weeks back, just to give people some background, Jorge and Anson, they're kind of like at the helm of the Oakland 68s. It's you know, the diehard Oakland A's fans. I don't know. How would you describe the Oakland 68s? Like the ultras of the A's, I guess.
I would.
Like that? Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah. I would honestly describe it as it's represents left field, right field bleachers, but at the end of the day, it's if you really care about the A's, if you are that invested in this team and the city of Oakland, like we are, we're all one big family. So we didn't want it to be like just bleachers and left and right field. It's just more. We're a supporters group. Like we ride or die with the team, and that's what I take away from it. I don't know about what George wants to say, but
no, I think what I'm saying is absolutely correct, and what you just said too, like kind of like an ultra supporters group too. Like I want to say that we're like kind of the first real organized supporters group out there in MLB. You know, it's like a union is how I like to tell people. It's you need a voice for the fans because we never have any voice. No one has any say in our on our end, and I think we do bring something to the table with the flags, the drums, the
you guys create the atmosphere. Like for sure.
You know what I mean? So it's like you can't take that away from here and expect that to happen out there in Vegas. So I think that the whole protest came about when they started saying that they were going to go to Vegas, and that's I don't think Dave's tweet had come out yet, right? Or
like that. No, it was. I think it was the day or like night of, or was it like the day after or the night of? But I remember it was like the timing was like weird because when we had this plan, it was before Dave Kaval was at the Knights game.
Yeah, because basically when the Astros came to town, there was that 3-game series where you guys didn't bang on the drums, you didn't make the noise, you didn't have the banners up on the right field bleachers and all that stuff, right? So it was like
Yeah,
it's like a different vibe, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
It was so
like,
yeah.
Yeah, what were you guys trying to so yeah, what were you guys trying to achieve? Like just kind of be like, yo, this is what happens when, this is like what it
so
yeah.
for me, the idea of that was that if you're going to move the A's out of Oakland and go to Vegas, you're gonna miss out on this organic atmosphere that A's fans have created in Oakland. So you're not gonna get people who come out consistently with the drums and flags and who are there every game. It's gonna be more corporate. It's gonna be more fake. It's just some like rinky dink.
People are like, oh, there's like they're in town for a conference. Like, oh, let's go to a ball game or whatever.
And
like,
that's what the Raiders are gonna find out next year when fans are in the stadium. It's not gonna be like how it was in Oakland or even LA. I'm gonna say that right now, but it's just like if you want to take the team out of Oakland, then this is what you're gonna get. This literally you're gonna like have a team play on the field, and people are gonna say stuff like, "Oh, like it's quiet in the bleachers. There's no drums, there's no flags, no chants." That's what you're gonna get, and it's something that's that small, and people were just noticing it. They're like, "Hey, like what happened to all the signs?"
Yeah, you guys are making the rounds. I saw Jorge on Channel 4. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mainly and to show some sort of unification, with like, hey man, like my whole thing is like fans always say, oh, it's not up to us, and I know it's not up to us. Like I know at the end of the day, we can't change someone's mind, right? Or maybe we can, whatever. But we want to at least say like, look, this is us, this is you without us, and regardless of what you think, that you might think that you don't have a say, we do, we as fans. If you look at Europe, what happened with the Super League and all that, their fans came out and protested and they quickly shut that down. So if you come with numbers, they're gonna eventually have to hear you out, and I think
the A's have been receptive though to you guys though, right? Like they do like give you a seat at the table. Like they do give you an audience though sometimes, right? If you like, especially like you write them an email and they'll like entertain you guys, right? And actually hear you out though, right? Like you guys actually have kind of developed some clout within the A's organization.
We do it up till now, have like we're still in good standing with them. We do exchange emails. July 3rd, coming out to a tailgate, official tailgate.
Yes.
Is that the first tailgate of the year, right? That's first tailgate of the year, right?
That's the first big tailgate, yeah.
At A lot, right?
B lot. It's gonna be in B lot.
Oh, because they're still is it still closed down over there, or what's going on?
Well, no, we just thought that it's better to start from there because it's like directly to our seats, so we can actually.
It's super convenient.
Yeah. We can actually,
so you guys are lazy. That's why. No, you guys are lazy.
Yeah. We're just kidding. And go straight to our seats.
Yeah, for sure.
But
so July 3rd, B lot. There's gonna be a massive tailgate.
So that's actually kind of we worked something out with the A's to like let us in earlier and kind of set up everything. So shout out to them. They're still working with us in some sort of form.
Dave Renetti, right? Gotta give Dave Renetti a shout out, right? He helps you guys out sometimes.
I'm not gonna say the new names because I don't want I don't want anyone to get in trouble. But
yeah, that's good that the organization helps you out. That's good.
I will say this: as much criticism that we give the A's, they've been really good about, like just responding with us and working with us with events like this and saying, hey, like little suggestions like that we have with like bleacher seating and things of that nature. But they've been really good, like when they can just shut us off, because we're pretty vocal about how we feel about the team and the situation and everything, but they've been working really well with us.
I think is the other reason because we're actually a nonprofit. We filed with the state and everything.
Like 501
C3.
Yeah, C3.
Yeah. And we're doing it kind of like sort of like how the soccer supporters do it, and where like we want to work with you guys, but we're still gonna call you out when it's something not right, with the club and all that.
That's interesting. Have you talked to? I know you guys are in contact with Clarkey. I don't know if he's like part of any ultra groups over there in the UK, or like I'm curious if you talked to any like English football fans or soccer fans to get some input on like how we should do this kind of thing.
Actually, yeah, that's where Clarkey gave me a bunch of ideas that he pointed out to the it's called the Spirit of Shankly, and they're the supporters group over there in Liverpool that actually do a bunch of stuff that with the Super League and all that. They're making them take the prices down on tickets. They're making them install some sort of like rails in the seats and all that. So they're and actually in Europe they are unions, right? So there's like a representative of like there's like a in all of Europe there's it's a fan representation for all these little fan supporters clubs in all of Europe, and they actually have a seat at the table with the owners and the leagues out there.
That's cool. That's like a new model. Like, yeah, I mean, you know, obviously I'm pretty entrenched in the A's, but like you said, there's not really like an MLB group like that as far as you guys know.
I think it's actually an old model. It's just that we in America don't, you know, we think
go through with it.
Capitalism, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, that's awesome that they've actually been able to like listen to you. Look at you, multitasking over here, like hanging out with Nina and talking about
this dad over here, like have a little Disney show in the background, and
yeah. What are you watching, Jimmy Neutron? What is it?
It's called It's actually pretty tight.
I have no idea. Oh man, were you guys able to watch? Were you guys able to watch tonight's game? I
watched bits and pieces of it. They gave up 5 runs in the first inning.
Yeah, Frankie got drilled for 5 runs in the first. Then he gave up another 3-run homer, so he gave up 8 runs, and then 8-3. Yeah, 8-3. They lost 3 in a row. They're in second place now, but
disaster strikes.
You know,
no.
Hey, don't worry, Acevedo, whatever his name is, Dominic Acevedo. What
Domingo Acevedo.
Domingo.
Yeah, he got in today. He got a strikeout to end up his debut. So
he got to go down on Sundays with Domingo.
Domingos.
Well, dude, that's what I love about the bleachers. You guys, so I was out there for a Saturday game, and you guys are all had your lays on and everything, and I was like, "What the hell's going on?" You're like, "Oh, Surf's Up Saturdays, dude."
It's
right the way.
Like...
Yeah, well, that's cool. Like, yeah, you guys still got hilarious stuff going on in the bleachers every game, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying the season. It's fun. You know, it's just, you know, even though all these distractions with the stadium stuff is going on, it's just nice to be there. You know, it feels like it's. I know COVID stuff is crazy, but it feels like it's same old bleachers at the end of the day. So
yeah, because like the crowds are a little bit more spread out, but honestly, that's probably around the same kind of amount. Like you know, around 9,000-10,000 people. That's kind of what they were drawing. I feel
give me 10K all day at A's game. We out here. Okay? I don't care. It's still fun.
Yeah.
I think it was kind of like the same to me, just with a mask on. And then some random strangers sitting in our seats sometimes, you know. But I'm glad that it's coming back in full capacity. And that's one of the things that we actually talked to the A's about, like helping us with our seating, because at first they didn't want to, and so then we had to email them and like, hey man, these are the fans that always be there for you every day, day in, day out. They'll be here before you. They'll be here after you. So just help us out. And sure enough, they have.
That's cool, man. That's cool that they're receptive to you guys.
Yeah.
But
we really ask for anything else in return. Just help us grow the culture that we helped establish there. That's all it is for me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I think I heard that they're doing a second trip to Vegas soon, but I don't know. I have to follow up on the Portland thing. I don't know whatever happened to Portland. But you know,
Russell Wilson.
but
don't get me started on Russell Wilson right now. That's a whole nother episode. But it's fun.
But basically, it's like, you know, like I think something's probably going to happen between now and July 20th. You know, and then that vote. I wouldn't be surprised if that vote gets like. They're going to be like, oh, we need more time. Now we got a new, you know, revised. So who knows? And then like the Alameda County wants till at least the September to get involved. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah.
I actually feel very optimistic about that vote. I mean, it's a non-binding agreement.
Yeah.
Literally just vote yes and move it on. Like you have to commit to anything. But that's also my point of like the A's. they also know that. So it's like, dude, just commit to Oakland. Like, I don't understand this shit, you know? Like,
yeah. It's interesting. Yeah. I mean, I guess my big question is like, I guess this county would still be on the hook for 150 million for infrastructure costs. It's like, where does that money come from? Like they say, oh, it's not risk, but it's like they have to pay from somewhere, right? It's like, so that's what I don't like. They said it'll be future incremental tax increases. So it's like, are they paying a lump sum now and then getting that money back later, or are they just slowly paying off stuff later? Like I'm still kind of confused on the whole mechanics of it, you know? And I listened to that whole 6-hour meeting and I wrote a crazy article and I'm still kind of like trying to figure all that stuff out.
Bro, you're doing God's work over there.
Man.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was really crazy.
I tried to, but it's just
that was my first. It actually was interesting though. It was actually like, I don't know. It was kind of interesting. And then I got like 3 hours into it and you're like, well, I've got this far. I gotta just keep going. And then if I knew it would have been like 6 hours of taking notes, I probably would have done it. But I did. Yeah, it was still fun. Yeah. But it's
also they also need term limits on these soups, man. These guys have been around since
like Nate Miley?
Miley, Keith Carson, and what the hell is the other guy's name? Scott Haggerty. Finally, he's gonna leave after this year, I think. Yeah. And on his own terms though, not because of term limits or nothing. I think he's just retiring.
Dude, Libby Schaff and Rebecca Kaplan started following me on Twitter. I started following Ricky on Twitter. So making moves, dude.
Get a little clout over here. So our next guest,
don't forget about us small people.
Joining the GOAT boys is Libby Schaff. Like, let's go.
Honestly, I mean, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I might reach out to the A's to see if Kaval's available because he's been on the pod before. He ended it by saying, "Hey, if you ever need anything, just let me know." I'm like, I might need something, bro. I might need something, bro.
July 20th, I'm about to call your bluff, dog.
He has been on the pod.
Yeah, I had him on the pod last year. Yeah. He was super cool. He was great. I'm like, oh yeah, come on, dude. Episode 9, dude. Come on. No.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
He's like on it. He's like on it.
Yeah. So I mean, that'd be cool.
This is my problem with the whole like every tweet he answers, vote yes. Like it's like the fans aren't voting. Like I don't understand
why. Right?
Vote yes 2020. Or on July 20th. Then it's like a fucking campaign or something. Like there's a tax on there. Like we're gonna vote for it. It's like no, like you guys need to do a little bit better job than this because they paid for billboards. I've seen it in the Bay Bridge, and it says yes, vote yes, July 20th, right? And I'm like, I see that. I'm like kind of wondering if there's gonna be in a ballot or something because why are they doing it?
They're trying to impress like the five, the city council or whatever. It's like,
but does that kind of make you seem suspect because obviously we can't vote on it, right?
But so I think what it is, they want you guys they just want to get in your brains and then you guys like reach out to the city council. Well, no. I think they want like public pressure from the fans, So
it can go both ways, honestly. I'm just throwing out like theories, but for me, because there's so much suspect things with the A's, it's just like it seems like
I feel like they're hiding something, like just their whole thing. It's like they're really trying to sneak something in.
Throw that knowledge out
it's
there.
Like and it's like they're not a little squirrely, like they won't fully. It's like something's just squeezing out from under your thumb every time, a little. Look at Jorge got frozen there for a second.
It's always
there's something
always like that, man.
Yeah, and Kaval just completely just changed like into another character. It's really crazy. He was like the most gung-ho, rooted in Oakland, and then now he's all about Vegas.
It's like in wrestling when Hulk Hogan was a good guy, and now he formed like the NWO, which is Vegas now. So it's just like that's what it feels like. It's like, okay, I don't know you anymore. I don't trust you, dog.
Just turned into the heel.
Yeah, little heel turn, but it's just like I want to get behind what the A's are saying, but something in me is just I don't trust you.
Yeah.
Because there's something else there, but it's a mess. But it's just at the end of the day, email people. Just get your voice out there and just it's just I'm stressed out about July 20th.
Well, how is this year?
I could go back to like the billboard again, right? Like, okay, like if you're gonna pay for those billboards and you want to convince the people that this is a good deal, because what's come down to it is you got to convince the people, not the council members can only do so much about like, yeah, I'm gonna vote yes 2020, and if they're smart enough, they'll vote yes on it because again, it's a non-binding agreement. But you're trying to convince a whole swath of people that live in Oakland that this is a good thing. Well, your billboard should say, oh, the first environmentally friendly stadium in the world. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna intrigue someone like to be like, oh, dude, I kind of want this then. You know what I mean? Or like, like put those bullet points in a billboard. I don't know. It's just kind of weird, you know?
Yeah. I mean, how has this year been for you guys? It seems like there's been so much, like, the team's playing well, but there's also been all this other weird stuff going on off the field. I mean, what's it been like to be a fan this season? You know, it's like, there's a lot to celebrate, but it's also kind of takes the wind out of yourselves sometimes, right? When you see all this other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead, Anson.
No, it's a little distracting. I'm not gonna lie. Like the team is playing well. I want to get behind them. Obviously, we haven't talked about like team performance, which they have some glaring holes in the roster. But for me, I'm more focused on this vote because if we don't have this, then what is, for me personally, I'm speaking for myself. What is the point of me being invested in a team that's going to just leave Oakland? I'm slowly not going to care. I love baseball, but like, I don't know if I'm going to follow the team to Vegas. I might just do it for a year, but it won't feel the same. Like it is what it is. Hi, Nina.
Hi, Nina. Is that you?
She calls Anson Annie, so she's like,
Annie.
Yeah, me, Annie.
What does she draw? What does she get there?
Nina, what'd you get?
She's just drawing on this.
I want to see. Show me.
For our audio listeners, Jorge's daughter's got an awesome drawing of Anson. Is that Annie?
That's me. You drew Uncle Annie.
No, man, I'm in the same boat as Anson, man. I can't. I haven't been able to either wear any A's gear or really pay attention to the games that much because it's like, man, we've been through so much of this stuff that it's like especially when you hear all like rooted in Oakland and you start doing all the things that you should have been doing from way back when, and all of a sudden just to like, never mind, we're gonna go explore Las Vegas now. It's like, man, it's what is the point of like as I said, what is the point of rooting for this team if they're gonna move? You know? So
what do you think, Nina? Good job.
Well, I do support the players first and foremost, man. I'm all about that. Like if for some reason the A's do end up moving or something like that, I'm just gonna support a player that I like and go with that. I will never buy any other gear, anything ever again. I mean, I stopped watching the NFL. I stopped watching Chivas because they even moved from Guadalajara to Zapopan. So,
Damn, that's crazy. It's crazy. Like this, this vote could really determine like a lot. Yeah.
And it's kind of like going back on even before the Kaval. So this is going like years ago. Like I know people personally who don't go to home games to watch the A's. They would rather travel on the road to watch them. They knew this was going to happen. So if they just decide to be like, hey, we're dipping out to Vegas, then if y'all thought the Coliseum was empty now, it's gonna be a ghost town in 2 years because they're gonna keep playing in Oakland for what was it, another, I would say 4 years, I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, they have their lease till 2024 is what they have the lease. Yeah, so
and then ask Dave Kaval about what's gonna happen after the lease. Oh, we don't know. We have to move. Say, bro, all you gotta do is just
extend the lease.
Extend the lease.
That's like they've been doing the last 20 years. It's like, oh, they just keep tacking on.
Calm down, dog. You can extend the lease.
Yeah, like this was like a 10-year extension. I think they're living off a 10-year extension or something. It's like it's like who else? Like literally, they're the only tenant. Like who else is gonna just swoop in there? Like, nobody. Like nobody's just gonna be like come in there. Hey, so we only got a couple minutes left. You guys want to wrap it up, or should we talk about the team? Like I don't know.
I could probably join you guys after I try.
No, it's all good, dude. Yeah, let's just wrap it up because yeah, Nina looks like you gotta be
dad life over here.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for giving me your perspective on
of course
what it's like to be. Yeah, it's got to be gnarly, It's like you're getting put through the ringer, You just want to root for a baseball team, but it's like, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. So
it's literally it's like an elephant in the room, which is kind of ironic.
Stomper in the room.
So hey, real quick, July 3rd, we're gonna have a band. We're working on getting a DJ.
Okay, this is gonna be big time. Okay,
we're gonna get the taco lady, which is my sister-in-law. We're gonna come out there.
They're dope tacos too.
We will say all this through the 68. How it's gonna work, like packaging and all that. But it's gonna be some fun times out there.
Let's go, July 3rd, dude. It'll be fun. That'll be a fun party, dude. That'll just be a great time, dude.
It's a 4:00 game versus Boston. It'll be fun. Like, just come out.
4:00. Wow, 4:00. That's weird. That's like a weird.
We'll have some prizes to give away. We'll do a raffle. You might have a.
Who knows? You don't even know. You got to come and check it out.
Yeah, man.
All right, Jorge and Anson, thank you guys so much. Before we get kicked off, all right.